Croeso I sianel Blaid Llwyd. Yes, Remember the Flowers is back. So it seems like it's been quite a while since we last played this. So let's not hang around and pick things up where we left last. It takes a while to dry all of my hair after I exit the shower. That shampoo is also hard to rinse completely out, which makes sense. I should use common sense and realize it was meant for canines. But it was worth the effort. My hair feels silky and soft. I wrap the towel around my waist and stand in front of the mirror. Not sure why I thought I'd look less weird with a head full of damp hair. I debate on using Cooper's fur brush, but decide against it. I'd rather not smell like him any more than I have to. After scooping up my clothes, I make my way back to the living room. Guess once I'm dry I'll have to put these on again. Yeah, that's kinda gross. I don't know how cartoon characters can wear the same clothes every day without incident. I set them on the armrest of the couch. The least I can do is let them air out a bit. I plop my skinny butt back on the couch and take a breather. Man, that shower took a lot out of me, in a good way. It was a relaxing experience I desperately needed. Wish I had a hair tie or something though. My hair is almost dry but still a bit heavy from the water. Not to mention my hair's making a bit of a mess, which I should have thought of. I get it from the couch and yeah, the back is a bit damp now. Oops. It'll probably dry by the time Cooper gets back. I wonder how he's doing. Hope he's okay. I grumble to myself. I guess I'm not so good at being independent yet after all. It takes about 20 minutes for me to dry off completely. Rubbing all my hair with a towel was kind of exhausting. Now I look extra fluffy. The temptation of using that dog's brush grows. I let it go. My hair will settle at some point. Hopefully. I don't want to get into my sweaty clothes quite yet. I opt to just wear my underwear for a while. Cooper's not going to get back for a long time anyway. Once I give myself a good stretching session, I circle back to the remaining crates. The junk crate has been picked clean with barely anything worthwhile in it. I'm both curious and sceptical about the rest. The thought crosses my mind that I could do Cooper's dishes for him now that the water's back on. The annoying thing is I actually like doing dishes, but I'm not giving Cooper any reason to talk down to me anymore. So instead I set out to sort through his trash. Wow, this really is a lose-lose situation. At the very least there's a chance I could find something useful. Just a chance though. I sigh loudly before picking a crate to sift through. To my surprise it feels pretty light. I can move it around with ease and probably pour the contents out this time. Curious once more, I open the lid. It's full of clothes. Clothes I don't think Cooper would wear. My curiosity fades, being replaced with worry. Dumping the contents out on the carpet, I'm met with a mishmash of everything. There are even a few pairs of shoes. Okay, we're really going to have to talk about his hoarding habits. Sure, most of the trash is organised from what I've seen, but why keep the trash to begin with? I sift through the articles of clothing. It's kind of creepy. There's several pairs of pants along with a few pairs of shorts. He even has underwear in here. What the fuck? Wait a sec. Cooper said I could have whatever I find in these things. I'm sure that was some failed attempt to get rid of some of this junk. If there are actual clothes in here I could wear, then this just might be a treasure trove. Motivation is a hell of a drug, I think to myself as I start to organise all the potential new outfits. I have everything neatly arranged on the floor in about 15 minutes. Sadly, most of the clothes look too big for me. I hate being such a twig. Doesn't help that some of these are clearly for certain species of beastmen. Still, I was able to salvage a t-shirt and a pair of shorts that don't look awful. I smell them, and thankfully they don't seem like they've been worn much. Just a bit musty, which I can deal with. I won't go out in public in something like this, but at the very least they make good pyjamas. That outfit Cooper bought me is nice and all, but I'd rather not sleep in it. Too sweaty for my tastes. Doesn't seem to be a wash and dry around here, so I should limit how much I wear my clothes. Once I get my makeshift casual outfit on, decide to look through the shoes I found. There are 2 pairs of boots, some dress shoes and sneakers. I don't exactly have very big feet. Considering how big most of the clothes were on me, I'm not getting my hopes up. Surprisingly, all but one of the pairs of shoes fit me well enough. Maybe a little tight on the dress shoes and big on the boots, but definitely wearable. The sneakers fit almost perfectly, although they're a bit dirty. Still, as much as I like the snazziness the dress shoes bring to the table, they wouldn't be a good idea for the long journey ahead. I'm not in a position to value style over functionality. The boots make some sense though, they provide some decent protection. From a comfort perspective though, I think I'll go with the sneakers. Maybe Cooper has an extra bag somewhere I could bring my own stuff in. Said stuff being second-hand clothing and maybe a toothbrush. Still, it's nice to call some things my own. If they were kind of given to me and by a strange man no less. Regardless, it's a start. I fold all of the extra clothes back up and laid them in the crate, instantly creating twice as much space in the thing. I know he's a hoarder, but this is ridiculous. Where does he even find this stuff? Maybe we should ask to go along one of his dumpster diving ventures. Then I can at least find things that are 100% mine. Although that would imply I'd even see him past next week. Oh, right. I'm here for only one reason, to get to Rasum. I chuckled to myself. Man, I am desperate. Once again I caved to my desires to kill my boredom and decided to clean the dishes. I give up on trying to convince myself this isn't for Cooper. Mainly because it isn't. He's just lucky he has a bored amnesiac who needs to keep his mind busy. I'm not sure he gets anything done around here. If he does at all. Wow, I really am thinking about him a lot. I say, putting down one of the freshly cleaned dishes. I guess that's somewhat reasonable. He's the only form of contact I have in this place. Makes sense I cling to any sort of normalcy. Especially considering how not normal some of the things around here are. Although that does beg a few questions. Why does some things seem familiar? The clothes I found, food we've eaten, even the appearance of this building and the furniture in it remind me of how things are in my own life. Well, from what I can remember, that is. Placing the last dish down, I reach behind my back and gingerly trace around the metal ports embedded in my spine. Maybe I'm not crazy. It's possible this could be a simulation. Or rather, given the notion I could have been attached to something with these things, my past life could have been a simulation. There's nothing I can do to prove that Damien or Diana exist after all. Despite it, I shake my head. I'm not letting myself spiral for a second time today. They do exist. My love for both of them isn't something I made up. The fact that they're all I remember at this point proves my relationship to them is strong. That's what I tell myself anyways. I take a deep breath to calm myself. In due time I'm going to see them again. I know it. I take another deep breath, although it breaks into a yawn when I go to exhale. Who would have thought apartment cleaning for a hoarder along with having multiple existential crises would make one so sleepy? Looking around, there doesn't seem to be any readily available clock. Cooper probably has used his axiom for that. In that case, I can just use the tablet I found. I need to ask him for the passcode. It is I could have most of what I found, after all. Might as well get some use out of it. Thankfully, the lock screen has the time on it. It's a little past noon. I've only been up for a few hours yet I feel totally exhausted. You know what? Screw my sleep schedule. I'm tired. I deserve a nap. I feel like it's been forever since I've had one. And who am I to deny myself one of life's simplest pleasures? Once I make my totally not bad decision of sleeping at noon, I rub my stomach for a second. I'm not hungry yet, I guess. I can't imagine I'll be out for that long. I was no stranger to eating lunch at 2 p.m. during my undergrad, after all. I remember when I told Diana I considered 11:59 a.m. to be breakfast still, she blew a gasket. Didn't help that I woke up 20 minutes before that, since I was... What was I doing? Ugh. I can't even have an inner monologue without getting stumped. Okay, that's enough distractions for one afternoon. I deserve a bit of R&R. I get myself comfy on the couch again. It's not super cold in the room, but I drape the blanket across my legs anyway. Still not sure if my body can regulate its own temperature. I'll need to test the limits of my sense of touch at some point too. That can come later. For now, I drift off into a well-deserved nap. I'm not sure how long I've been out. No more than a few hours. Even so, I'm starting to wake up. I think someone turned on one of the lights in the kitchen. I'm so exhausted that I chalk it up to nothing but dream shenanigans. That's when I hear the sound of the door open along with an irritating creak to go with it. Can't even flutter my eyelids open. I decide to say fuck it and try to drift back to sleep. If I die, I die. Ah, hey. Hey, Cyrus, wake up. Just like that, the blanket I planted on my head to block out the extra light is torn right off. Oh, what? My body aches and I'm forced out of my short slumber. That special kind of ache that makes you feel like you're in slow motion. Damien? What the hell? Don't you Damien me, mister. You promised you'd get up early with me to go running. I limply turn over to look at the alarm clock. It's 5:55 a.m. I said I'd get up at 6. Those extra minutes would have helped. Damien scratches the back of his head. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I guess I got a bit excited. I can hear his tail swish a bit. I haven't gone to hang out like this in a while, so... I exhale with a smile on my face. I can't get mad at him for something like this. No worries. I just had a rough night of sleep. Not too rough. Not rough enough to keep me from our date. Damien's ears perk at that as he dons that big goofy smile of his. You can barely even see him in the moonlight, but he's as adorable as ever. I'll love you all to make up for it. There's still 3 minutes before I promised I'd get up. Sleepily, I pat the extra space on the bed. Mind joining me? I could use some warming up now that someone snatched my blanket. Damien snorted that before circling around the other side of my bed. It's my pleasure to be your body pillow this morning, Si. I'm glad to hear it. Just know I intend to hit the snooze button at least once or twice. I guess I can let that slide, just this once. We giggle as I invite Damien into the covers. His warm fur almost instantly pulls me back asleep. But not before I feel his feline tail curl up around my leg. It's a habit he's picked up from our numerous cuddle sessions. Yeah, that snooze button is going to get a workout this morning for sure. Chapter 3, Bygone. It isn't after I press the snooze button for the third time that Damien finally coerces me to get out of bed. And by coerces, I mean picking me up and bringing me to the bathroom to get ready. Babe. I groan with my dry throat and tired voice. Hey, do I need to force you in the shower again? No. I pat his back. I'll signal for him to put me down. Besides, you know I like to shower after our runs. Well, that's true, but... He dons that mischievous look, one I'm all too familiar with. I was talking more about a cold shower to wake you up. I shudder. That's the last thing I need right now. I know your name is Damien and all, but you don't have to act like the Antichrist first thing in the morning. I tease while giving a long yawn. Come on, the fourth thing in the morning. Someone wanted a cuddle. Who could blame me? Your fur is just so inviting. I cling to him again, face planted into his chest. Ah, my favourite pillows. Damien clears his throat, his voice tinged with embarrassment. Ahem. Sorry, I'll get ready now. You better. We'll miss the sunrise at this rate. Oh no, the horror. Once I've finally detached myself from my boyfriend, I give myself a moment for another long stretch. I look at the clock. It's nearly 6:20 now. We'll need to hurry. The sun usually rises around 7 this time of year. I was looking forward to our morning workout, to be fair. The Arizona winters are more amicable than up north, so it's actually nice that we can work out together more often. Although that's offset by the summers. It's too hot to even attempt to exercise in July. To that end, we decided to try and run together at least once a week during the winter. Damien didn't complain. His fur made it hard to work out in the summer anyway. Just another thing we have in common. I got some new protein shake stuff the other day. While I get ready, could you make us some? I can do. He beams as he heads out of the bathroom. Just don't take too long or else I'll assume you fell back asleep. He looks behind me to the shower. It'd be a shame if I had to get the bucket again. I reach for my razor before taunting him with it. It'd be a shame if a certain tiger gave himself an inverted mohawk again. That was one time. He stammers, to which I snicker at. It's okay, babe. You look good as a hairless cat. He gives me a loud humph before leaving me to my own devices. He's so cute when he's flustered. I look at myself in the mirror. It's been a few days since I last shaved, so I'm a bit scruffy. Never was one of my own facial hair. Thankfully, it never takes me too long to pretty myself up. Once I finish rinsing the hair down the drain, I go to brush my teeth. I start mentally going over everything I need to do today. This is one day I vowed to take completely off. No studying, no dissertation prep, just spending a nice time with Damien. After about 10 minutes I look somewhat presentable, although I'm already looking forward to my shower when we get back. Time to get dressed. Damien's definitely rubbed off me when it comes to dressing for working out. The sleeveless top and shorts are hard to beat. I look at the clock. It's 6:33. Maybe those extra snoozes are a bad idea. Can't let Damien know that, though. He'd rightfully make fun of me. I scan the room one more time to make sure I have everything. I'm pretty sure I do. Damien is on the couch, sorting through his backpack. Hey, I'm just about ready. You got everything? Oh, I think so. You? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You sure you don't want earmuffs? Yeah, this temperature is basically spring weather for me. What about you? Don't worry. He pulls up his hood. I came prepared. I can't help but clutch my chest. God, that hoodie is super cute. One of my better investments, that's for sure. I shake my morning butterflies out and gesture towards the door. Come on, got a few miles to get under our belts. Damien puts his backpack on and tosses me a shake. Just try and keep up with me. I don't know. That butt is nice to stare at. Oh wow, someone's feeling frisky this morning. What's the occasion? Oh, nothing. Don't get used to it. Couldn't dream of it. Damien winks, we both laugh, or making our way out to the dormitory. It's nice to have a partner who's willing to go along with my quirks. What say you? Want to turn this into a race? Interesting proposition. What do you have in mind? Last one I got to buy the winner whatever they want at the cafe. Oh Lord, I don't think I have enough funds to handle your caffeine addiction. I guess you're just going to have to beat me then. I'll see you at the hilltop benches. And with that, Damien speeds off. Hey, no fair, I'm the one who needs a handicap here. I yell as I start trying to catch up to him. Still fairly dark out, and what's worse, the nature trail we take doesn't have many lights. Damien told me because he's a tiger he has better night vision, so I usually just follow his lead. He's stripped only a few times on our outing, so it's pretty reliable. I'm usually too nervous to wear headphones at this time of morning. There are a few benches along the path that are by light posts. The path goes around the city. Just by counting the benches I can somewhat figure out how far we've gone. At the 11th when I call out to Damien through some haggard breathing. Hey, let's take a break, okay? I can hear Damien screech to a stop, his breathing not nearly as bad as mine. Sure, it's been a couple of miles. I'm impressed. You barely could run a mile this time last year. Oh, thanks to my wonderful coach. I can't even finish a quip between my gasping breaths. Damien jogs to meet me at the bench, handing me a bottle of water. Take so slips and don't sit down. It'll make it harder to keep going. I know. I grumble gratefully as I drink some water. We're about halfway through our run at this point, and thankfully it's been pretty uneventful. Damien notices my constant looking behind us. You okay? Yeah, why? I'm usually tense. What's up? Oh, sorry. I'm not trying to be, but run this time of morning hasn't been the same for a while. Yeah, I get you. That's why we'll stick together, okay? I nod. A few months ago, Damien and I ran into someone who I'm pretty sure was a meth head. Thankfully, he was 2-on-1 and the sun was already out. But still, I'd rather not have to see Damien bloodied up like that again. It's a big reason why I haven't done this in a while. I didn't think my first time doing real first aid would be on my boyfriend. I shake my head, trying to get rid of my worries. This is supposed to be our safe space. I'm not going to let some druggie ruin that for us. Against my better judgment, I splash some water on my face. The cool night air does its job and snaps me out of my broodiness. Sigh? Phew, okay, let's keep going. If we want to make it, we'll need to be faster, right? I try to put a brave face on for Damien. We've been looking forward to a day like this for so long. A day where our schedules finally align. He puts on the goofy smile I've fallen for. Alright. I sprint past him, but my lead doesn't last long. Not that I mind. A little bit of healthy competition goes a long way. Damien's got that competitive edge to him, even for a morning jog. The silent night is starting to fade, partly due to our excessive panting, but mainly due to the rising sun ahead of us. Come on, Ty. We're almost there. My ability to give a verbal response dissipated about 4 miles ago. I just give him a thumbs up if I force myself up the final hill. Curse my love for this man. Hope he knows he's the only person on earth I do this for. Almost there. Almost there. Damien's waving to me near the top. He's backlit by the rising sun. The only thing keeping me going at this point is him. I have to shield my eyes from the sun. The transition from night to day catches me off guard to the point where I nearly trip. Didn't even realise I already sped past Damien. Thankfully, Damien catches me behind before I go flying off the hill. Whoa there, Tiger, calm down. My legs are kicking a bit, so I see if I'm still running. They sputter out soon after being caught. Everything feels like putty. I have no choice but to slump against Damien's chest. Not that I mind, of course. He's breathing fairly hard too, which calms my own breathing down, ironically enough. Safe to say we took this morning run a little too seriously. I think it was a marathon the way we were running. Diana was right. He's really rubbed off on me. I win! Haha, good one. No kidding, I got to my destination first. Huh? I reach up and squish his cheek fluff. I can feel his face flush a bit at that. You haven't made it to the benches yet, but I never said those were my destination. Mine was just to get to you. I snicker. I'll teach him to pull a fast one on me, literally. Damien huffs and grumbles. He knows when he's lost. You're so lame. There's undeniably some embarrassment in his voice. He's never been one to take a loss easily. It's like I went easy on you this time on account of it being a while for you. Babe, I run all the time, just in the afternoon. Time for a victory lap. Damien cuts me off and giggles before he spins me around in his arms. Oh no, it's his signature move. Hey, come on, don't be a sore loser. He's not going fast, my body is so fried I'm powerless to stop him. I give the winning attention he deserves. Our joint laughter breaks the morning calm on this hilltop we found ourselves on. Damien's laughter lasts longer than mine. You would have thought having a laughing fit or recovering from a workout would be so difficult. It took us about 15 minutes to recover from our impromptu victory lap. Damien announced that as the loser, he'd get us both some water. There's no way in hell I was going to turn that down. Yeah, it's one of the stuff we brought along. Just drink it slowly. That's my line. Who's trying to become a doctor again? Oh yeah, who's actually enjoying trying to become a doctor again? Damn, got me there. We clink our paper cones full of water, a classic park commodity. How's that going, by the way? It's going. One of my professors is a complete tool, but most of the other professors make the program manageable. Well, that's good. I was a bit worried. Dan told me you're having trouble adjusting for a while. Yeah, can't deny it. It's hard to move from your passion to, well, something that isn't your passion. You're sure you're okay with that? I made peace with it. I know my folks just want the best for me. You're not the only ones. Just let us know if you need anything, alright? Duly noted. Thanks, Tay. I rub the top of his head out of appreciation. He almost instantly starts purring. Adorable. What about you? How's your last year of undergrad going? It's going. His purring stops and he looks down on the ground. I move my hand down to his back and begin rubbing in circles. What's going on? Oh, it's nothing serious. That's bullshit. Hey now, you can't offer to help me without letting me help you too. What's up? Damien shifts to lean forward. It's really not that serious. I'm just not doing as well as I need to in class. That sounds fairly serious, Damien. I know. Do you want to come over so I can help you? You already deal with your master's courses, you and Diana. I don't distract either you just because I'm bad at math. Well, math was no cakewalk for me either. I'm not really looking forward to doing any measurement training. Anyways, I wouldn't have offered to help you if I didn't want to. You can rely on me too, alright? Okay. Damien leans his furry form into me and give him some more reassuring rubs on his back. What Diana's told me, he's always had issues with school. Even enrolled later than most people at university, was only able to afford it due to his sports scholarship. We've had our fair share of all-nighters over the past couple of years, even before we started dating. I wouldn't spend a month away just to make sure he keeps his scholarship. Remember that Diana wanted to become a math teacher for grad school? You'd be doing her a favour by letting her teach you. And she used to tutor you when you were growing up. Oh yeah, I would have been able to make it past Algebra 101 in high school if it weren't for her. I lean back on the bench, breathing in the refreshing cool air. Actually, we met when we were in 3rd grade. My scores were so bad halfway through the term, my teachers were already prepping me to be held back. remember being so scared. My stomach was in knots when I called my mom. I was definitely crying and my teacher just shook her head. She wasn't happy, of course, but she tried to calm me down. From what I've heard, she's never been the kind of mom to punish you when you're trying your best. Certainly had a way of seeing the whole picture. When Dad got home, he'd try and help me the best he could with my homework, until Mom came home. He wasn't very good at math either, though. I think I got that from him. I shake my head, getting off topic. Anyway, I remember what happened after that call very well. It's one of my only vivid memories from back then. I had my face down on my desk with my arms around my head to block out the light, snivelling and crying. The heavy textbook slammed on my desk. I jumped up trying to hide my crying. Hey, why are you crying so dang much? Well, Well, what? Spit it out already. Sorry, I haven't been doing very well lately and... Do you need some help? Huh? Well... Have no fear, Diana is here. Damien and I burst out laughing over my impression of her. She really was a 9-year-old superhero. Ever since then, she's had my back and vice versa. That's honestly so cheesy I might cry. Wouldn't blame you, she's really that kind of kid. She told me you should get picked on too, and she got in trouble of kicking someone's teeth out. To be fair, they're already rotten out of their skull from all the candy they stole from me. Damien snorted that for pulling me under his arm for a side hug. Well, if you ever run into any more candy-stealing douchebags, you just give me a ring, I'll be there ASAP. Ah, come on, at least let me try and fight my own battles. I can handle myself. Oh, can you? Hey, have you know I've beaten Diana before? You mean the time she got her wisdom teeth out and despite the fact she was hopped up on loopy gas, she nearly kicked your ass? So, I was thinking of getting a double shot espresso frappe from the cafe with extra whipped cream. I tried to casually change the subject. My failure is obvious. They're in today, aren't we? Damien teases as he ruffles my hair. Normally I tell him to stop, but it's already a mess, so I let it go. This time. You know, that's a good point. Since it's your treat, I should think of something extravagant. I'm not sure how extravagant you're going to get at that old joint. Guess we'll head over there and find out. I sit up to stretch. My legs still feel a bit tight, but not enough to keep me from part 2 of our date. Damien takes my hand and we start our trek down the hill. I'm so glad I had my punch card filled out for your order. Guess you better think your bets through a little bit more carefully, I tease as I start to chip away the mound of whipped cream on top of our concoction of sugar and caffeine. Apparently, I think you offered to share with me, right? Sure did. As much as this looks yummy, there's no way I'd be able to finish it on my own. I pass the spoon over to Damien. We come here so much that they just know to give me an extra spoon for the whipped cream at this point. Damien sits down next to me in our usual booth. The heat in here is always busted, so it's actually kind of chilly. It's old. I think it's from the early 2000s. Damien found on one of his runs a few years ago and he's been coming ever since, and eventually brought me along. It's one of my favourite places on earth. Do you want me to get you some actual coffee? I know sweet stuff isn't your first choice. Oh, that's fine. Guess we can call it my just desserts. I groan and Damien snickers as he plants a straw in it to take his first sip. Gah! It's almost as sweet as you, babe. I groan louder. Stop. Now I'm the one who's feeling flushed. Damien can at least hide it with his fluff. Meanwhile, I'm stuck with my love for my boyfriend plastered clearly on my face. The tragedy of it all. Oh, is someone feeling red in the face? Damien pulls me in again to pepper kisses on my cheek. You really are the Antichrist. And you're my favourite devotee. Damien. As usual, he knows just what to do to get me blushing and just how to take advantage of that. Not that I mind, of course. I gave up on trying to fight back and give in to a booth-side cuddle session. It's a bit awkward, but we've had plenty of practice. Usually ends with me just leaning against his shoulder as he keeps me close. I can feel his heart beating, still a bit fast from our earlier workout. Wouldn't be surprised if I fell back asleep here. I'm that comfortable. My phone stirs me a bit as it vibrates in Damien's backpack. Wonder what that could be. Damien rummages through his bag and passes me my phone. There's a new message from Diana along with an attachment. Taking care of the cat is going great, but Xander keeps eating Mikhail's food. Please teach your son some manners. The attachment is a picture of Diana holding up one of my cats, showing us the naughty boy. Oh, that's right, your folks are out of town back home. Yeah, I thought of a quick vacation since I told them I'd stay on campus over break. You don't have to do that. I wanted to, and that's that. This is just day one of our break together. Let's enjoy it the best we can, okay? Damien's trying to fight it, but his mouth curled into a bashful smile. Sounds like a plan, Si. This time it's me trying to bring Damien in for a side hug. It's a bit too heavy for me to pull, so he's gotten accustomed to playing along. I love you, Cyrus. I love you too, Damien. I nuzzle into his cheek fluff and his purring revs up once again. We sit in silence for a little while, enjoying this quiet morning together. Once we had our fill of silence, we both waved to one of the waitresses. We decided we might as well share breakfast together while we're here. The sun's almost fully up at this point. It's 8:15 a.m. We got ourselves another round of coffee to go, albeit with 90% less sugar. This is just for the caffeine. Hope you guys have a good holiday. Damien shouts to the employees as he leaves while I'm paying the tab. I usually give them a good tip. They've always been really good to Damien. Alright, thanks for the great meal. You're all one of the only places still open. We'll get it from the booth and waving goodbye as well. The warmth of the morning sun is welcome. It's almost worth waking up before 6 a.m. Well, thanks for paying, Si. I appreciate it. I don't mention it. You ready to head back? Yeah. I held out my hand and he grabbed it almost instantly. We take our time walking home. By the way, do you want some help moving in? Well, not much to bring. You sure it'll be okay? I think it's technically allowed, but most of the staff are gone for 2 weeks at least. If anyone asks, I'll just explain to them what's going on. So none of the undergrad dorms don't stay open during break. It'll be good practice for down the road. Damien nearly chokes on his coffee. Pay for me next time. Well, expect the unexpected. Not even that sudden anyways. We've been discussing this for a while now. I know, but it still feels so surreal. I know what you mean. I sigh happily, squeezing his paw a bit. When I drop you off, I can head back to scrounge some stuff up. Want to meet there around 3 o'clock? The dorm should be locking up around 5 tonight. It's a date. I like it, getting 2 dates in one day. Cheers. We clink our paper cups together before taking another swig of caffeine juice. That'll give me time to get ready. I got some new outfits I want to try out this holiday. I know you can wear that stuff, they look so tight. They kind of are, but it's less about the comfort and more about the fashion. Oh, speaking of, I get Damien to stop so I can sift through his backpack. After a minute of rummaging, I reveal my prize, a glasses case. I can't believe you still have those. I can, they're one of my most prized possessions. I proudly put on a pair of glasses. Damien got them for my birthday last year and I've been wearing them ever since. Wish I'd have gotten you something else. That was your first birthday after we got together and they're not anything special. It's been a bit bashful, but I won't have any of it. You worked your butt off them, Damien. That's why they mean so much to me. I use my middle finger to adjust them. Damien, you're why they're special. They're way better than anything a designer brand could come up with. Come on, Si, you're being overdramatic. His tail is swishing. He's always been anxious about gifts. Despite his reputation on the court, he has bouts of damaging self-consciousness. Don't blame his folks. I use these opportunities to build up his confidence, like he did mine. You know, I got my hospital ID badge with these on. I should arrive when school starts back up. You did? His voice betrays a hint of doubt. Yes, sir, I did. I love them, just like I love you, Damien. Before he can even reply, I take his hand in mine, pull him closer so I can plant a kiss on his fluffy cheek. He bristles for a moment before relaxing. His voice is a bit shaky. Thanks, Cyrus. Sorry, I shouldn't get emotional with stuff like this. You're allowed to feel whatever you want, Damien, okay? He nods, trying to put on a brave face. Okay. We walk in silence for a bit, besides the occasional sip from our coffees. I want to give Damien some time to collect himself. I try to act natural by looking at the buildings trail around us, so he doesn't know I can see wiping his face. Once he takes a deep breath, he starts back up. So, your parents were really fond of you staying on campus? Yeah, they were cool about it. I told them it was for a few reasons, they didn't bat an eye. What were the reasons? Well, I'm holding one of their paws right now. I give his paw a squeeze. That bashful smile comes out again. You're so corny. What else, though? Maybe one of my last winters here on campus. I wanted to see the city when it was nice and quiet. It's almost like a completely different town when the students are gone. We start making our way through the maze of crosswalks to get to our favourite bridge. It's nice, but it does kind of suck that most of the best places closed down. I guess so. This means we can find some more hidden gems at the cafe. Very true. Maybe we can even find some antique shops. One of my friends back in Vermont would take me along when we got the chance. Found some interesting things, to say the least. Such an old man. Maybe we can find a candy store to get you some hard candies. Come now, respect your elders. Besides, you know I have a sweet tooth, so I'd gladly accept them. You make a great case for yourself, old-timer. I ruffle Damien's fur again. He's giggling all the while. Whippersnapper? Oh, hey, looky. Damien stops dead in his tracks and points at where I look. At this point, the sun is well above the horizon, illuminating the wintry Arizona morning. Wow. Pretty, right? Sure is. I wonder how it looked covered in snow. Oh, good luck with that. It'd probably melt the second it landed. Who knows? Maybe one day. I'd love to share a nice snowy night with a certain tiger. I'd love to be said tiger. I would too. We spend a decent amount of time admiring the scenery, sipping the rest of our coffee while we hold each other close. Yeah, staying on campus was a good call. The campus is uncharacteristically quiet. There's not even a single red Solo cup on the ground. So much I left our morning together, I desperately need that shower. Damien's walking me back home. Quite an eventful morning we had together. Do you want me to pick you up? Usually I'd say no, since it's a nice walk through campus. But after our marathon, I think that'd be best. Sounds good. It's going to be fun. A whole 2 weeks together. Shh. We still got to keep it on the down low. Someone might hear. Let them hear. I want everyone to know. I cut him off by clamping my palm over his snout. No, bad kitty. He just starts purring as if nothing's happened. I love this scuba. We're almost home. This would usually be where we say goodbye for a while, but not this time. This time it would actually be see you later. Hey, Cyrus. I love you, and... He's starting to say something else, but it's hard to make out what it is. Everything goes dark for a moment. Until I'm met with... Human, are you deaf? Wake the fuck up already! Cooper's voice. He sounds worried for some reason. As I wake up, I feel as if I'm being hit with the defibrillator. I jolt up, headbutting Cooper right in his snout, causing him to stumble backward. He's yowling in pain, which is only making it harder for me to get a grip on what's happening. I try to ignore him. I'm too busy coming to. Fuck, God, what's according to you? I can't leave you alone for even an afternoon. Shut the fuck up. My emotions bubble over as I raise my voice in anger at this wolf I'm once again in the presence of. Why the hell did you wake me up? Excuse me, you were having a fucking fit on the couch when I walked in. I was dreaming. No, I was reliving some of the happier moments of my life. What are you talking about? I start to get huffy. I'm not in a good mental state for this. I feel like I was ripped away from my life through time and space. I debate on blowing up some more. I really want to. However, I figure this is something I should keep to myself. I don't need this asshole to know anything else about me. It's none of your business. Welcome home. That attitude is not going to fly. Once he realizes I didn't do any serious damage to him, he pulls on my shirt to get me to look up at him. I try to remain confident. I'm so aggravated that my panic is definitely showing. You're practically convulsing. You're going to tell me it's none of my business? You clearly remember what was going on. You're going to tell me. What happened? I stare at him deadpan. I don't want to deal with his attitude any more than you want to deal with mine. Jeez, you ask a lot of questions. I'm interrupted as Cooper smacks me across the face with the back of his paw. My eyes go wide out of shock and what confidence I had quickly dissipates. I hold my face. It doesn't hurt, but any semblance of safety I had evaporates. Cooper's practically snarling at this point. Listen, you little shit. You're in my home, is my responsibility. If something's wrong, I want you to tell me. I struggle to come up with any words. I feel like our first meeting is happening all over again. You're all alone out here. I'm all you have, and even that isn't going to last long. I'm offering to help you right now. I feel a tinge of my confidence coming back. Now I'm starting to get aggravated. I grab his arm and try to pull him off my shirt. You're the biggest reason why I haven't said anything. Is that right? And why's that? Cyrus. That's my name, right? He drops me on the couch with a look of shock on his face. How did you... So you did know. I knew it. That's... my name? That you couldn't even tell me? You asked me point blank what you should call me. You decided to call me human. What the hell is wrong with you? Just wait a second. My name is Cyrus Galahad Cantwell. I'm from Vermont. My mom's name is Candice and my dad's name is... Cyrus! Cooper bellows loudly, causing me to stop. Calm the fuck down already. You're an adult. You can talk to me without having a fucking temper tantrum. That's Rich coming. Stop. Cooper clamped his paw on my mouth, keeping me quiet. Your emotions are going haywire. I can literally tell you your thoughts are going every which way. Do we need to go over your breathing exercises again? All I can do is yell angrily in his paw. So I do just that. Cooper sighs. I'll take that as a yes. Get through your little hissy fit and then we can talk. My yelling sputters out shortly after. It's hard to breathe like this. You ready to calm down? Then I start glaring at him. Cooper huffs. Cyrus, look, I'm sorry. He exhales. He releases the tension in his own chest, almost deflating. When you understand, I take no happiness in keeping secrets like this, especially from someone in your current situation. Cooper looks me in the eyes with a regretful expression, or returns to his usual confidence. I told you, I'm not doing this because I want to. This is a job. As fucked up as it is, you're under the authority of people you don't even know until make it to resume. My glare devolves into a stare. I'm letting him talk before making my decision. I don't trust him. I like to think he's being sincere. There are a lot of things I'm not allowed to tell you. A lot of it is for your safety, but a lot isn't. I know a lot about you, and I can't tell you anything you don't already know. I understand how frustrating that is, to be left in the dark by the only person you're able to rely on. Even me telling you I can't tell you anything is a huge risk. However, he lets go of my mouth and takes a deep breath. You're a person who should be treated as such. If anything you want to ask, I can at least be straight and say if it's classified. But I can't do that if you don't try to talk to me, okay? He once again looks me in the eyes. I can feel my frustration slowly wash away, though they're still lingering on the edge of my mind. Even so, I hold out my hands to start the breathing exercise. In. I start pulling my hands closer. And out. Cooper follows my tempo with his pause. Just like when we first met, we do this together for a little while. Even when I'm almost completely calm, I don't say anything for a bit. I'm still processing being ripped out of my life with Damien for the second time. When I do start, I'm finding it hard to articulate my current emotions. Look, I'm sorry for spazzing out like that. I was having a very vivid dream, a memory of me and my boyfriend. Cooper lets me continue. No offence, but going from holding his hand to waking up to your... I catch myself and try to be amicable. Distinct face. It was a bit jarring, a little bit scary. Cooper sighs while rubbing the back of his neck. To be fair, the shape you're in looked pretty scary. Well, I thought you were actually having a seizure or something. Really? Didn't feel like I was asleep. I yawn and Cooper continues. Well, you didn't look like you were possessed or anything. Just shaking around a bit too much to look safe. Weird. I rub the back of my head. Maybe that injury did something worse internally. Oh, it's possible. Unfortunately, I can't really afford to take you to a doctor. Not like we have your records on hand either. Or even from your employers. You might have that kind of information, but... classified, got it. Oh, sorry. It's cool. Well, no, it's not. But I can at least understand you're just the middleman in this whole ordeal. Well, thank you. Your understanding that will make this a lot easier. Even so, you promise to try to be as honest as you can? Well, I can promise that. Alright, do you know how I ended up on this planet? Oh, and a mommy and a daddy love each other very much. The sudden joke catches me off guard and I almost snap at him. Instead, I just push into his chest, albeit weakly. Come on, man, I'm being serious. Cooper smirks. Oh, sorry, couldn't resist. But, no, they didn't tell me anything like that. Can you ask them? Can I? Yes. Will I? No. Without specifics like that, they know something's up. The employers sound like tools. Well, they can be. We both sigh. I'll be honest, your name was on one of the only things they really told me. They won't give me orders to keep you under wraps. Even from my own name? Even from your own name. Jeez. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. Like I said, they didn't tell me much. I didn't even know you were gay. That last part was a bit forward. I'm not really used to people talking about my sexuality like that. Well, kind of. Kind of? I am gay in the way they fall in love with men, but I'm actually asexual. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I get that. What, you do? You like guys but not sex. It's not that uncommon. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What? Nothing, I'm just not used to being that easy for people to understand. What's there to understand? Well, one of my old teammates was asexual. Cooper drops that casually, but he's still wearing a frown. Really? Yeah, I think she was a demi or something. He's been so nonchalant, I don't know what to say. You're not that weird. I mean, you are weird, but not that weird. Thanks. This conversation took a turn. Well, let's get off my sexuality. So there's nothing else you know about me? No, I know more about you. But it's more about your circumstances, less about your personal life. What are my circumstances? Cyrus. I know, classified. You catch on quick. It's been a day. Please give me a week to figure out how to live with amnesia. You know, that's fair. I really shouldn't give you a hard time. I squinted him. You seem awfully nice tonight. Why? Well, you know, I'm always nice. I let that BS hang in the air. Anyway, I did get a nice amount of supplies for us while I was out. Oh? Like what? Wait. I look outside. It's a bit darker. What time is it? Well, it's almost 6. Oh, geez, I slept for over 5 hours? I'll never get to sleep tonight. I might have something that can knock you out. Some tea shit. How appetizing. Speaking of, come on, help me make dinner. I'm starving. Sure. What do you need help with? Well, let's find out. I got all kinds of shit. From dumpsters? From dumpsters? I heard you the first time. You didn't answer the first time. No, not from a dumpster. He doesn't continue. Elaborate. So, what even constitutes a dumpster anyway? Cooper. I'm kidding. You're so easy. Luckily for us, my client sent me some funds ahead of time to get you home easier. So I got us some decent food. Oh? And since you had such a hunger for knowledge, pun intended, thought I'd teach you about the kind of food and equipment we have. That certainly sounds better than lying in the pool of your own blood. We'll make some decent memories for you yet. Cooper flashes a genuine smile at me before leading me to the kitchen. And what are they going to make? We'll find out in the next episode of Remember the Flowers. Okay, it's not much of a cliffhanger, but I have to stop it somewhere. That seemed like a good place. So I hope you're enjoying this. And the next video will be something. I actually don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm not quite sure when Monchi's going to bring out the next Socially Awkward. He did mention one might be coming out from reading between the lines. So we'll see when that happens. Next weekend, which for me is the Canada Day long weekend, so if you're watching this in Canada, hope you have a great Canada Day. Then we can get back to normal things after a couple of years. It should be fun. I'm actually going to take the weekend off, so unless we get a Socially Awkward video, then it'll be 2 weeks time before we come back with a video, and I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'll see what comes out, and if nothing new comes out, then I do have a couple of things lined up. So just to warn you, yeah, next weekend, the 2nd, 3rd July, no video, and there won't be much in the week. But I'm hoping maybe around mid-July I get back to those couple of midweek videos a month or so. So I might have some more new stuff to bring to you. I'm going to see how all that goes. And of course, helping me bring these videos to you are my patrons. He says, desperately trying to segue. And of course, my top patrons, as always mentioned: Burnt Toast, Kartek, Cobus Visser, Besuksu, Lark Huskerton, Bastian, Ryan Hall, Gunnar Muller, Tiger Cub, Ida Corval, Anubis Silverwind, Brandon Bradford, Dissonance, Grizz, Spiderling, Kopi, Sindri Dragowolf, Marcus Effin King, and Monolay. So thanks to them and all of my patrons, and those of you who occasionally donate on Ko-fi. It's much appreciated, especially with the way things are. Yeah, money's getting tight for people, so if you can't, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. As long as you're just enjoying the videos, that's the main thing. So, anything else to say? Not really. So, after my break, I'll definitely be back with more videos. I might put some on Twitter, let you know what I'm doing, if I know what I'm doing before I start recording. Sometimes I don't. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye for now.